Greetings, YouTube. I have been tagged by my friend Nicole to do the Nerimon 2012 survey. I had no intention of doing this survey because, frankly, I'm not a big Alex Day fan. I kind of think of him as an arrogant git, and if I'm saying someone's an arrogant git, that says something. But since she did tag me, I feel obligation to reply, and I expect people I tag to do the same. So we're going to get on to the questions. Question number 1. Why are you called that? Well, the story I've heard is that my mother named me James after her first fiancé, a fact that my father didn't find out until I was 3, when it was a little late to change my name. It's also a good Christian name, and my mother was raised Catholic, and for a long time when I was a wee lad, I wore a St. James medal. In fact, the chain that this ankh is on is the same chain I used to wear my St. James medal on, and I've had this particular chain since I believe I was 5, so for 43 years. It's held up rather well. As far as my YouTube name, Tetsubo57, Tetsubo, and yes, I am aware that I'm not pronouncing it in the proper Japanese manner. It's my name. I get to choose how I want to pronounce it here on my channel. Is my favorite Japanese weapon. It's a large, slow, blunt object. I always thought that was a wonderful description of me. And 57 is my favorite number, I think because it was associated with Heinz 57 steak sauce. Yes, that's where my favorite number came from. I've even considered having it tattooed. 2, tell us about your favorite school teacher. Now, I actually racked my brain on this one. And this is going to sound weird, but my favorite school teacher was probably Mr. Hartson. Yes, Hartson was his name. And he was a gym teacher. He was the gym teacher I had from kindergarten through 6th grade, and he was an old school bodybuilder. He built himself up through real pumping iron and eating the proper kinds of foods and not pumping himself full of steroids, and realized that I graduated from 6th grade in 1976. So he was old school. He could tear an apple in half. Try that someday. It's not easy. His only concession was if he did that, he got to eat half the apple. And he showed me a man that was completely centered with who he was. This is what he was. This is what he did. And he loved his job. He liked being a gym teacher. And I wish I knew what happened to him. I have no idea if he's still alive. Question 3. What's the strangest food you have ever eaten? Chicken heart soup. That was weird. It was something my uncle came up with, which sadly I did not get the recipe before he died. Jalapenos dipped in hot fudge. That was pretty strange. An interesting combination of the savory and the sweet. I recommend it. I can't really have it anymore, but still it's quite good. I still enjoy savory things. I think I had moose jerky once. That was kind of cool. I'm a big jerky fan. Nicole, I discovered today, is not a fan of ostrich jerky. 4, tell us about your first gig, the first proper concert I ever went to with you know, an actual named individual. Was probably Joe Cocker, and he had America opening for him. And this is like back, I think, in the 90s. I was a very late bloomer when it came to going to concerts. I haven't been to many concerts at all, probably only a handful. I saw Joe Cocker twice. The second time I saw him, Stevie Ray Vaughan opened for him, and that was awesome. It was 2 weeks before Stevie Ray died, which was kind of depressing. But I did get to see him live, and that was very cool. And I played in numerous concerts as a kid because I was in the grammar school, junior high, and high school bands. I was in a marching band, concert band, stage band. I think I was briefly in a jazz band we had or something like that. But so I was, since 4th grade up, I did some kind of music or other for 8 years. So those are my gigs. What is your favorite place in the world? Well, folks, this is probably going to come across to you as being incredibly incredibly boring, and I apologize, but you're looking at it. I have waited my entire life to have this room, to have a place where I could have my role-playing games and my to-read pile and my computer and my toolbox, which is right here, and my weapons on the wall, and there are impact weapons stacked against in the corners, and there is knickknacks and yeehaws, and there's an adorable little felt cat my wife made me, and this is where I've always wanted to be, in my favorite room, in my home, and it took me a long time to get here, and this is it. This is my favorite place. And 6. Who do you want to answer the survey next? Which is kind of cheating, because it's actually only a 5 survey question if you think about it. These aren't really surveys, but I'm going to give the 5 people I am tagging, because it's traditional to tag 5 people. I'm not sure why that's a tradition. Someone should tell me when that started. The first is my friend Amelia, and she is someone that I met here on YouTube, and she has become pretty much my favorite person in the world after my wife. My friend Matt, also known as the Gentleman Gamer, also known as the Brigadier of the YouTube RPG Brigade. My friend Skall, be interesting to hear his answers on this one. He is a mad German that lives in Norway. My friend Amanda, who is bombastic and entertaining, and was just recently kidnapped. And lastly, Siobhan, and I'm praying I am saying her name correctly, one of my subscribers, who is quite interesting, Irish lass, who always puts up things that I find entertaining. So, if you have been tagged by me, go forth and do your video. I expect to get a video response at some point concerning this survey. And anyone else who sees this, any of my subscribers who would like to submit answers in the comment below or a video response, is welcome to do so.